Hello guys, welcome to RMD Trucking. RMD Trucking is a new series that I'm gonna start where I'm occasionally gonna post some videos sort of going through a career of Euro Truck Simulator 2. At this moment in time, it's May the 21st, 2019. There is some sales going on Steam, and also Euro Truck is taking part of it. That means that you can pick up this game for a pretty cheap price. This game is an older game. It was released originally on October 2012. But it is still going, and there are yearly at least 2 updates. Usually one is for free and the other one is some sort of map expansion by the end of the year, which is DLC that you have to pay for, obviously. Now, Euro Truck Simulator, normally price is about 20 euros, is now available for $4.99, 75% discount. And what else do you need? If you want to have all the expansions map-wise that I have brought over the past going weeks and months and years, then I advise you to buy the map booster pack. The map booster pack includes the 5 map expansions that I have done over the years, starting with Going East, Scandinavia, Vive la France, Italia, and then last year's expansion Beyond the Baltic Sea. Those 5 expansions are in the map booster pack. Normal price of that thing is somewhere around 82 euros. Now you can pick it up for 27 euros. And other than that, you can make it as expensive or as cheap as you want. You can just stick to that. You have the base game and you have all the map expansions that have been there. Yeah, then you're already good to go in a way. If you like some special transports, cargo wise, I advise you buy the cargo bundle. Normally there are 3 cargos in there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. We have the high power cargo, we have the heavy cargo, and we have the special transport. So there are 3 in there. You can buy these things separately if you want. You can transport boats and helicopters, that kind of stuff, and even and with special transport, really heavy stuff like condensers and some high tech and stuff like that. That even comes with some transport vehicles in front and behind you, sort of like really special transport. Those are things that, yeah, it's up to you if you want to buy that or not. Then you have a bunch of paint jobs that can either be national country wise. I, for instance, I bought the Belgian pack, but you have for every single country out there, you more or less have a what do we have here? Russian, Norwegian, Dutch, Canadian, Chinese, South Korean, all kind of paint jobs, which gives you like a flag to put on your truck, or a completely wrap around the whole truck and stuff like that. Other than that, you have specific paint jobs with certain themes: Valentine, Christmas, fantasy. I see here. Viking Legends is also one of those with like some icy livery stuff. Those are usually available for €1 or something like that. But all those things are on a discount at the moment. If we look for it again, oh, there we go. Discount didn't show up for a moment because I changed. I clicked on something. We have some trailer packs. The Krone trailer pack. You have Schwarzmüller. Those kind of things you can also buy separately. It's all up to you how expensive. The base game at this moment in time, €5. I do advise you go for the expansion map as well. Map booster, 26 euros. Instead of 80 euros. That's a big difference, and then you will have the expansions. They do free updates once a year. There is one coming now with version 1.35 that will, for instance, to the Italia DLC, it will add the Sardinia island. It will refresh the middle part of Germany, because that's also what they are doing with this game. Is although it is an older game, they are refreshing the map now as well. They started with Germany. They did the north part a couple of months ago, and now together with this 1.35 update, which is coming very soon, they will also bring a revamp of the middle of Germany, some extra roads in France and stuff like that. So yep, it keeps going on. Although it is an older game, it keeps going on, and they have all kind of plans. The map DLC for this year is already planned. It's called Road to the Black Sea. It will add Romania, Bulgaria, and also a part of Turkey to the map. So we're going a bit more southeastward this time. That is sort of where you can find the game. And you can make it as cheap or as expensive as you want to. That is that. What else do you need if you play this game? Because yeah, that is sort of what we're going to have a look in here. Is we're gonna build up a new profile and then go from there. Just like I have with the crew, you have you're connected to Uplay. If you play Forza, you're connected to Xbox. If you are connected to Need for Speed, then you need EA or Origin, stuff like that. Some sort of third-party thing going on. For this game, as well as for the sister game American Truck, there's World of Trucks. It works for both things. Both games are also from the same developer. The developer is SCF Software. It has a YouTube channel, as you can see here, where they occasionally post some stuff when new things are upcoming. For instance, the Road to the Black Sea announcement for the new DLC, which is coming later in this year. They also have a Twitch channel, also there, SCS Software, where they do all kind of stuff live stream wise. I believe there is a live stream coming tomorrow. In those live streams, I think it's at 5 p.m. or something, European time. Let me have a quick look. What did it say? I thought it said 3 p.m. UTC. So for European time, that means 4 or 5 p.m. Not so sure. With winter time and summer time and all that, what the exact. Normally UTC is 2 hours later for the Central European time. So I'm thinking it's around 5 p.m. They're gonna do a live stream. And in those live streams, they usually do all kind of giveaways with all sort of codes. There, you can win the game, or you can win a new DLC, or you can win one of these DLC packs, accessories, or paint jobs, or stuff like that. So that is something that will definitely need to have a look in if you're interested in this game. The World of Trucks. Let's go back to that. You just, if you come into this pane, you can sign in and make an account. I advise you to do that because yeah, this is sort of like the third-party thing that you need not to play the game. It's not such like Uplay or Xbox or whatever to play the Crew or Forza. This you don't need if you don't really want to, but you can change some stuff here. If you make an account here, you can link your profile in-game to this World of Trucks. And then you can change some stuff, and then you can go to your page, in this case my page, where you can find, you can post some screenshots there. You can see your achievements, you can see your statistics, you can see all kind of stuff, a bunch of your trucks you can put up there on your screen test. You can go to the logbook. The logbook will more or less tell you what you have been up to in the last time that you played the game. On my main profile, apparently the last World of Truck contracts that I did, because these are like the external contracts in game, that is what you will find here. But I have been playing some other markets as well, so yeah, you will not always find, but you can see here what people are doing in such a way. You can also go to, if you have the player's name from somebody else, you can go there and see what they have been doing and what transports they are doing, have they participated in the event and stuff like that. Which brings us to the event page. There are all kind of events which are linked to this World of Truck, and then you can claim some rewards depending on whatever it is that they come up with as a reward for the event. We had the last two were One Truck Family, which was sort of to promote the start of the 2019 FIA European Truck Racing Championship, and then we could win some miniature of those racing trucks to put in our truck in the game, stuff like that. And seeing we're playing the game anyway, it's all possible. Profile customization, that's where you can change the kilometers and the miles and all that kind of stuff. But you can also put in your country, you can put in your license plate. If you link your driver to this World of Trucks profile, then you will have, for instance, in my case here, one RMD 001 Belgium license plate. I will have that thing on my truck once I buy my own truck. And the same goes for American Truck. Those two games are related, Euro Truck and American Truck. I also have the license plate there, although I don't really have the game. I played the demo from American Truck. Yeah, it's not really my style. It's yeah, typical American, I guess. 3, 4, 5 wide lanes, highways, and yeah, you pick up a transport and then you go on the highway and you go back off the highway where you have to deliver. Euro Truck is a more like you have highways there as well, obviously, but you also have cities and mountain roads, and it's more smaller roads as well. The USA, I personally find it all a bit yeah, too much USA, let's put it that way. And then you can fill in your country here, obviously, and also change your avatar picture here. If you change it here, you link your profile to here, then it will play in the game as well, as you will see later on. It will show up. This game officially is a single player game. You can play it online, connected to the World of Trucks and all that kind of stuff. You can even play it offline. Even if you do not have internet, you can still play this game. Of course, yeah, at one point or another you will have to you need to download this game. So you need to have internet at one point or another, but once you have the game on your hard disk or whatever, you do not necessarily need internet. You can play it offline. It's a single player game. In the single player you have the traffic and all that kind of stuff. Officially it does not have a multiplayer yet because they're still working on it, but it has a mod manager in game, which also means that it supports mods. There are all kind of different mods available on the Steam Workshop for wheel companies, for skins, liveries, wheels, all kind of stuff, even graphic mods, whatever it is that you want. Of course, if you use mod, that's at your own risk, and it also means that you need to read up on those things, because some of those things, there are a bunch of them out there, and some of those will not work together very well, or you need to put them in a certain order to make them work together, that kind of stuff. All can be arranged from the in-game itself to the mod manager. But there is an unofficial multiplayer, and it's called Truckers MP. Truckersmp.com. If you go here, this is the website. You already see it here. Get the mod. It is a mod, and you can download it here. If you download that, what does that mean? That basically means that you start up the game more or less with a different icon. If I start up the normal single player, here is Euro Truck Simulator 2, some sort of truck on there. And next to that I have Truckers MP. Depending on which I click, I start up the game either in single player or in multiplayer. In single player, as I mentioned already before, you have the traffic and all that kind of stuff. In multiplayer, you do not have any traffic except for other players. Are people playing that? What they see, let's see, it's like around midnight here now. Let's have a look. Server status. There are still 2,000 people playing, which is not even that bad at midnight. And if you check here during the 7-8 p.m. prime time or in the weekends, yeah, you will have a couple of thousand people playing here. For instance, the most popular of the servers, you have a few of them. There are 4 of them for Euro Truck, and there are 2 of them for American Truck. Most popular is Europe 2. It has a capacity of 4,200 people. If you show up here during the evening, let's say 8-9 p.m. or during the weekend, more than likely you will see players in queue here because the server is full. There are other servers in the weekend, Europe 2, Europe 3, on a Sunday evening or afternoon, you're probably gonna find them full on both occasions. Then you can of course go to one of the other 2 servers. There are some differences in between these servers. For instance, this Europe 1 is a completely simulation. That means that the trucks have a speed limit in there. You cannot use the car. There is a car in game that you can buy. You cannot use that on that server. The player collisions are enabled. This is like, yeah, more or less full simulation. Europe 4 is more or less the same, I think. Let's have a look. With that being that the speed limiter is disabled here, so there is no speed limit there, and it goes into ghost mode. So no collisions on this server number 4. That's sort of the free room server as they call it. And then Europe 2 and Europe 3 are more or less the same, with that difference that Europe 2 you can use everything, and in Europe 3 you can only use trucks, you can't use the car. Other than that, these things are pretty much similar, which is also why the reason why those two are the most popular servers. But even now on Europe 2 at midnight, there are still 1,600 people on that server. And we can even look at the real-time map if we want to. If we check Europe 2, there you see all of these dots here moving. If you zoom in a bit, you even see the players' names. Like here in Calais, for instance, it's pretty crowded. As you can see, there are a bunch of people playing around there. As always, pickup points and stuff in the cities pretty crowded. This is not like the crew where you have 8 people, or Forza where you have 12 people in one session that you can see. No, if you just happen to be in the wrong city at the wrong time, you can see 70, 80, 90, 100. I think the most I saw once was during an event or something, 146 people. Of course, that is a bit of a killer for your frame rate if you have so many people, but in general it works pretty cool. And you see those people, even you can look for here for your friend to see if your friend is playing, like, okay, and you know sort of where he is. You can even look on this map here and search where he's actually driving on which of the roads. If you zoom out a little bit, then you also pretty much give you already a pretty good idea of the map wise. That's sort of the whole game, including all of these DLCs. Italy, they are still working on it. Over here, Russia, in game it is available, but on this real-time map it's still a work in progress. And also here the latest expansion with Finland, Estonia and Latvia from last year, also that is something that they still need to work on. And then of course we're going southeastwards now with the new DLC upcoming, Romania, Bulgaria and a part of Turkey. Yeah, that also is something that they need to add to this map here. But it is possible to play. There is a requirement though to play this Truckers MP. I don't know exactly what it is now. When I first started playing it, I thought you need to be level 5 in game and had 2 hours of game time, which more or less comes down to the same thing. If you play the game for 2 hours, then you are probably level 5. So I think that's still more or less the case. You need 2 hours on the single player to be able to play this multiplayer. That's sort of the requirements that come with it. Other than that, I advise you don't do any stupid stuff because they do not mess about with that. If you get reported, you can be reported in game. They're gonna see what's happening. They're gonna record your session. If you do stupid stuff, you're gonna get instant bans for 3 days, for a week, for a month, 3 months, and eventually permanent, which more or less is for at least a year. And that is email and IP address related. So don't think, oh, but I have a bunch of profiles, I will take another profile. No, it does not work like that. If you're banned and you will not be able to play. So, but if you just go by the rules, as well by the, let's say, traffic rules, as by the server rules, then you're just fine to go and you will not have any problems. Of course, there is always idiots about that, especially on those servers where the collisions are on and they decide to ram you and send you to the moon and stuff like that. Yeah, just report them. Your session will be recorded, people will be seeing what's going on, and if they can find something which is not very, let's say, as it should be, then these people are going to get instantly banned. So they don't mess about with it. That's sort of, yeah, is more or less the tutorial on how to get the game from the Steam and how to connect it. Make an account or a profile on the World of Trucks, and then if you decide one point or another to play multiplayer, you need at least 2 hours in game. That being said, see what's going on here. Not much. Let's quickly start it up. I'm gonna go single player for this RMD trucker because yeah, that is more reality. You have in-game traffic. If you go to yeah, it is pretty loud intro, so you might want to put the volume down a bit. Okay, you can put the volume up again for now. And then you sort of come into this. Yeah, as you can see here, I already have a profile going almost 300,000 kilometers, not even that much. I'm not that hardcore player in this game. I just occasionally play it. It's a relaxing way to get away from leaderboards and time attacks and such. This is just like smoothly drive around with the truck, or at least try to. So what we're gonna do over here, you can see the mod manager in case you decide to install some mods. That's at your own risk. You can also see the latest news, the newest DLCs, like here now the Lithuanian paint jobs. Apparently it's one of the latest one for the paint jobs. And of course the Road to the Black Sea is announced, which is this year's map expansion. They're working on it, will come anywhere in this year. So what we're gonna do for this RMD Trucking thing is create a new profile, which pretty obvious. We're not gonna worry about too much stuff with the pictures or something, so we will call it RMD Trucking. The picture, as I said, we're not gonna worry about it. Just I don't know, pick one out. Doesn't matter that much, because we are going to link this profile to the world of trucks, and it's gonna change this whole thing into my RMD avatar anyway. So whatever of these avatars or drivers that you select, I don't even know where all these people come from. I'm assuming these are all people that work at SCS Software or something. Who knows? The preferred truck design. Does it have any relevance what you pick here? Not really. At certain moment in time, I think it's after level 1 or something, you're going to get a mail from a certain brand dealer, and it will tell you that they have a truck available that you can watch to their showroom and that kind of stuff. But what it basically does for you as a new player is that it's going to give you a truck dealer location, which means you do not have to unlock that, even if it's like miles away from where you have your headquarters. It will give you that location, and you do not have to discover it, because these truck dealers need to be discovered. There are 7 brands in the game. As you can see, you have the DEF XF 105, you have the DEF XF Euro 6, you have the Iveco Stralis, you have the Iveco Stralis Highway, you have the MAN, and you have the new MAN Euro 6. That's the latest truck, so we will go for that one. You have Mercedes, the old Actros and the new Actros. You have the Renault Magnum and Premium over here, because yeah, the Range T and the what's the other one? The Range D, I think. They are not in the game yet. The Range T is as good as ready, in such a way it has to do with licensing. The truck itself is already ready. It's ready to come into the game, but there are some licensing issues. And seeing Renault is part of Volvo and Volvo trucks and Renault trucks, and you have Renault the cars. There are like different companies with different legal and stuff to go through. So yeah, it took a while, but there are some good prognosis. So maybe one day or another we will see the new Renault T coming into the game. Scania, we have the Scania R, the old one. We have the Scania R, the Streamline, also an older version, and then we have the newest versions of Scania, the new R series and the S series. And then Volvo, same story. We have the XF or whatever it's called, and the old one and the new one. The FH, that's what it's called. And then the new one as well. So it's like I think it's like a 2009, 2012 version or something like that that are available. We're gonna go for the new MAN. That's the latest truck that they have added a couple of weeks ago or even months ago into the game. That's the latest one. So the first thing that we're gonna get is like a mail from some sort of MAN dealer and saying like, hey, we are here and you can visit us here to buy your truck, which of course you will not be able to do from the beginning of the game because we will not have the money. Then you can select some, of course here you want to be male or female, and over here the company logo, yeah, whatever it is that you want. Let's say Europe, it's Europe truck after all. Company name, because yeah, you're not only driving a truck, you're also sort of trying to build a company of your own. You can hire some drivers. Of course, you also need to buy trucks for those drivers and so on. And going through your career, you will expand. You buy new garages. You can hire new drivers if you have trucks available for them, because otherwise they will run away and that kind of stuff. Let's just call it RMD Transport. The language we're going to put on English. Although I'm from Belgium, I put all my games on English. And we're going to use the Steam Cloud. In case something goes wrong with the game or whatever, you can always reload whatever is on the Steam Cloud. So yeah, that is something that they have added also recently because it was not available. Now we're going to create this profile, which also means, again, put your headphones down a bit because it's going to play music, and there's not much I can do until we are actually in the truck, and then I can press escape and go into the options and change the audio. But for now, we have to deal with the music. We have no other choice.